Hello guys, welcome to this 10-minute hip opening flow. For this practice, all you need is a mat and a space in your house, but a mat isn't essential if you don't have one, but I would recommend practicing on a soft surface. It's just a little bit kinder to your knees. And when you're ready, join me in child's pose. You can either come to child's pose with knees together, or bring knees out to the edges of the mat with the toes touching and then walking the arms forwards. I find that this variation is much easier to find space to fold further forwards. Let everything come down to the ground and begin to steady the breath. Beginning to lengthen every inhale, every exhale. Letting the shoulders soften, letting the hips sink towards the heels. Begin to lift yourself up. Come to tabletop, hands and knees position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. From here, tucking the toes. Lift the hips, press through hands and feet. Shift the weight into the feet, come to downward facing dog. Legs can stay bent like this. And it's okay if the heels are lifting away from the mat. It's not essential that they come all the way down. Begin to find little movements in the legs, just pedaling out. Maybe even shifting the hips, trying to find a little bit more ease into the posture. Take a breath to settle into stillness. Lift the gaze, look forward, step both feet to the top of the mat, come to forward fold. From here, find bends in both knees, round the spine with an inhale, roll up. And exhale, soften the shoulders away. Inhale, reach both arms skywards, lift the gaze. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, come up halfway, as if to bring the chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, lower the hands. Step the right foot back, lower the right knee, and untuck the back toes. Inhale, lift both arms. Press through the front foot, press through the back knee. Tuck the tailbone and lift the rib cage, so you're lifting the chest away from the hips. Take a full breath in here, soften shoulders away from ears. Lower the hands down to the ground. Edge the front foot further forward so that you can extend the front leg. And it might be that you keep a little bend in the knee, depending on how your hamstring's feeling. Flex the front foot, and this will intensify the posture. So I find this may be the point where you need to bend into the knee. Take a full inhale, lengthen the spine. With an exhale, bend the elbows, find a little bit of a fold, bringing the lower belly towards the upper thigh. Draw the chin to the chest, let the back of the neck lengthen. Stay for 3 more steady breaths here. Begin to bend into the front knee. Bring the front foot back below the front knee. This time, let the front knee track further forward so the knee is more in line with the toes. Let the hips sink down. Reach both arms towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers. Point the index finger towards the sky. Take a big breath in, reach the arms up, lengthen through the side body. And with the exhale, let the hips sink a little bit further. Draw the arms away from the ears. Staying for 2 more breaths here. With each exhale, you can explore the different levels to this posture as the body begins to surrender, accepting where it finds itself. Take another breath in position. At the end of the exhale, release the arms. Lower the hands to the ground. Step back to plank position. And straight away, lifting the hips, coming back to downward facing dog. Finding an even pressure between hands and feet. Settle back into stillness. Take an inhale, look forwards. Step the right foot in between the hands. And it may be that you need to take a couple steps, as I know it's a challenging transition. And then lower the back knee, untuck the back toes. Inhale, arms lift. Front knee is stacked on top of the ankle. Pressing through the floor. Tuck the tailbone and lift up through the side body. So the legs are very active here. This is a strengthening posture. Take another breath in position. With the exhale, soften arms down to the mat. Edge the front foot forward so that you can extend the leg. Keeping a bend in the knee if you know you need to. And then flexing the front foot. Take a deep breath, lengthen the spine. Exhale, find a little bend in the elbows. Begin to fold forwards, and the bend is happening from the hinge at the hips, bringing low belly towards upper thigh. And sometimes I think we have a tendency to round forwards, but actually this is bringing the connection between lower belly and upper thigh away. Whereas if we roll shoulders back and down, lengthen the spine, we're folding from here. Take another breath to settle. Next inhale, begin to lift yourself back up. Bend into the front knee, align the ankle under the knee. Let the knee draw forwards, so knees in line with the toes now. Inhale, arms lift, interlace the fingers, point index finger to the ceiling. Take a full breath in, extend the arms. With the exhale, let the hips draw towards the earth. Take another deep breath in, find a little bit of space for the head and neck. With each exhale, finding a little bit more ease. And I find with hip openers there can be quite a lot of resistance initially. It really is just about accepting where you find yourself. Finding a few moments of deep breathing. And with time, postures that are sometimes really uncomfortable can become more comfortable. Taking another breath in position. With the exhale, soften arms to the side of the body. Step back to plank pose. Lift the hips straight away, come to downward facing dog. Step both feet to the top of the mat, coming back to forward fold. Bend the knees, round the spine. With an inhale, slowly roll yourself up. Very gradually stacking the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down. Step out with the right foot and turn the toes out to the edges of the mat. So as if you were to draw a line down the mat, you could line the front heel with the bridge of the back foot. Then open the arms out wide, come to warrior two. Let the hips sink a little bit further towards the mat. Pressing down through both feet, so the legs are really active here. Feeling the connection between all of your toes. Tucking the tailbone lift the chest a little bit so you create more space for the breath. Staying for another deep inhale. At the end of the exhale, lower the hands, extend the left leg and turn the toes out to the side so feet are parallel. From here, rolling the shoulders back, take a full breath in. With the exhale, begin to fold forwards, hinging from the hips, holding halfway so you feel the chest is parallel to the ground. And you have the option to stay here or the option to continue folding further forwards. It's not about how far you go, it's about what feels right for you. So it may be that you feel like exploring the many depths of this posture, taking it a little bit deeper. Or it may be that today you decide that holding halfway is enough. Roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the chin towards the chest, let the back of the neck lengthen. Staying for 2 more steady breaths. With the next inhale, gradually lifting yourself back up. Turn out on the right foot, so right toes face the back of the mat. Begin to bend the right knee, so right knee is on top of right ankle. Coming to warrior 2 on the other side, arms open out. Pressing through both feet, legs are strong. Soften shoulders away from the ears. Let the hips sink a little bit deeper. Take a full breath in position. At the end of the exhale, lower the arms, extend the right leg. Turn the right toes in. Edge the feet about a foot closer. And then turn both toes out to a 45-degree angle. Bend the knees, begin to sink the hips. And it may be that you have to make little adjustments with the feet just to feel stable, but we're aiming for aligning the knees on top of the ankles. And I know initially it's quite challenging to figure out where the feet are in relationship to the knees, but over time you become much more body aware. Tuck the tailbone and draw the navel towards the spine. Hands can stay on the tops of the thighs, or hands can come to prayer. Let the hips sink down a little bit further. Legs are probably beginning to get a little bit tired at this point. Stay with the posture. Sometimes I find closing my eyes, tuning into a deeper breath, as the intensity of the posture builds, can really help redirect my attention away from my legs and towards something else. Take another deep breath here. At the end of the exhale, extending both legs. Turning the left toes to the top of the mat, and then stepping the right foot forwards to meet the left, releasing the arms. Inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, lower down, step both feet back for plank position. Shift the body forwards, come up onto the tops of the toes, shoulders almost aligning with fingertips. Lower the knees here. And then continue shifting the weight forwards, bending the elbows, thinking about coming forwards as you lower down. Bring both hands forwards as you come down to the mat. Align elbows under shoulders. Press through the forearms coming up to Sphinx position. Roll the shoulders back and down. keeping the gaze low on the ground. For anyone with lower back sensitivity, I find bringing the feet out slightly wider can help make this more comfortable. Staying for 2 more steady breaths. At the end of the second exhale, lower the chest to the mat and bring both hands below the shoulders, pressing all the way back up, come to tabletop. Walk the hands in towards the knees. Sit the hips down to the heels. And swinging both legs round, bring the legs out in front of you. Hug the right knee in towards the body. And let the right knee draw out to the side. So right foot comes to the inside of left leg. From here, let the left hand come to the inside left leg. And reach the right arm behind you. Finding a twisting action as you open the torso up. Reach right arm away. And let left ear draw towards left shoulder. Staying for a few steady breaths here. If you'd like to take it one step further, take the right arm behind you, coming towards the back of the left hip. And it may be that you take a hold of a piece of your clothing. Begin to roll the right shoulder back even more. Take another breath here. Exhale, slowly release the right arm. Take the right hand to the right knee. Bring the left hand to cradle the head. And the left hand lifts the head back into position. And then switching sides. Right leg extends. Left foot comes to inside right thigh. Right hand inside right leg. And the left arm reaches away, finding an opening out as you reach the left arm behind you. Draw the right ear towards right shoulder. Take a full breath in, keep lifting the chest, opening the left shoulder back, creating space all the while. And then if you're taking it one step further, left hand comes round the back, maybe taking a hold of your clothing, maybe just holding the hand in space. Roll the left shoulder back even more. Take a full breath in position here. And with the exhale, release left arm. Right hand will cradle the head and lift the head back into position. Take both hands behind you and bend both knees. Begin to knock the knees from side to side, kind of like windscreen wipers. And bring the knees back up through center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees draw out to the sides. Bring the hands forwards for a little bit of stability. Press the heels and the bridge of the ball of the foot together. Spread the toes wide so the feet are really active here. And you can have the hands on the outsides of the feet, or maybe hands come down to the mat, depending on where you feel comfortable. And from here, you can choose to stay in an upright position, or you can begin walking the hands forwards and folding further forwards. Let the chin draw towards the chest, and let the torso become very soft. So we're not really pushing ourselves into this position. We're just letting gravity do the work. And over time, you will begin to feel a very slow and gradual release through the hips. If you feel like there is space, you can continue walking the hands further forwards. It's not essential though. Just finding a place where you can come to stillness. Just be with your breath. Really is the only goal. The next inhale, walk the hands in towards the body. Lift yourself back up, take the hands behind you. Windscreen wipe the knees from side to side again, just releasing any tension. And begin to cross left ankle on top of right knee. And from here, continuing to rock from side to side. Sometimes I like to see if I can tap my knee and then my heel to the ground, just to find a little bit more mobility. And then lower yourself all the way down to the back. Pick up the right foot and bring the hands to the back of the right leg. Interlace the fingers. Begin to draw right leg towards the body. You may begin to feel maybe a little bit of a pull down the outside of left thigh. Keep the left foot flexed, so feet are active. As you stay here for a number of breaths, you may find that you can keep drawing the right leg a little bit closer, so you begin exploring where your edge is here, exploring where you find that balance between effort and ease. Slowly lower right foot down to the ground. Open both arms out to a T shape, but let the legs draw over to the right side, so the body's coming into a twist. Begin to close down the eyes, and just letting the back of the heart become heavy, letting the body settle into the posture. With the next breath in, begin to think about making your way out of the posture. So the legs slowly lift back up. Uncross the left ankle. And use the hands to press yourself back up. And then taking the right ankle over left knee, starting by finding a little twisting action from side to side, maybe tapping the knee or the heel. And after a few rounds, making your way down to the back. The left foot will lift off the ground and the hands will come to the back of the left leg. Fingers interlacing. Begin to draw the left leg closer. As you do so, you may begin to feel a little bit of an opening through right side hip. So coming into external rotation on right side. Keep both feet active. And begin to explore to what extent you want to take this. I find with every posture in yoga, each side of the body is different for each posture. So what feels right on the left is sometimes very different on the right. Taking a few more breaths in position. And then lower the left foot down to the ground. Extend the arms out to the sides. Let the legs draw over to the left side, coming into a twist. Begin to let the eyelids become heavy. Let the torso melt into the ground. Just noticing the rise and fall of the breath. Becoming aware of any sensations in the body. And just observing them as they arise. Not acting on them, but just being aware. With each exhale, finding a sense of letting go. Begin to lift the legs back through center. Lower the right ankle and extend both legs down to the mat. Draw the arms to the side of the body. Roll the shoulders down the spine. Find Shavasana. Just becoming aware of any tension that you're still holding on to. Seeing if you can begin to let go of some of that. Just little by little, allowing yourself to be completely supported. You can take as much time as you need in Shavasana. And when you're ready to come out, hug the knees in towards the chest. Bring the body into a ball. I like to end by giving myself a little bit of a hug here. Just thanking myself for showing up for me, spending some time to give back to myself. And then finally rolling over onto one side. And pressing your way back to a seated position. Thank you for joining me for this class.